Now, you know
Yes.
apparently Brooke and Joe Firstman, you guys know Joe, right? He plays music on the show? Yeah! You guys, he claims that you guys are friends.
That's a lot of information. No, actually, we are. We did a show together a long time ago, but I never got a copy of this.
Here, you can have this one. I don't want it.
This is nice. Thanks, Joe.
I have this one with no Joe. Now, how do you guys, what's that? You did a show together once?
I used to host a show called Life is Great, and we did a segment together.
Life
I think you were maybe 21 at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. 15 years ago? 16? Long time ago.
I'm 40.
Yeah. He's a good guy. I'm good, thank you. And thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's great. Can we just talk about Wild On for a second?
Sure.
Do you hate when people bring that up?
I don't, because it was the funnest job I ever had.
What a great gig when you watch Brooke on Wild On late at night. It's like you're in a bikini and you just travel the world, and there's wildness everywhere apparently. And it's just, how great was that job? It
was a blast. I mean, I traveled the world, made a lot of friends. Went to great parties, got to discover little hidden places that I now go back to and vacation on. And, you know, everybody still says I had the best job in the world. And I look back, and I've done some really fun things. And I love hosting Rockstar, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, it was a blast.
Where was the wildest place you went, do you think?
Wildest place.
Was it like Ibiza?
Ibiza, I think, wildest place on the planet. You know, you need a vacation
what's the deal?
after that
It's like
vacation.
the 7-Eleven of
like
ecstasy and
free
partying.
love, drugs,
It really is, right?
Clubs the size of malls, great DJs, just insane. I don't think I would go there on vacation.
Right, no.
But it was an experience.
See, I want to hear that story. That's the story I want to hear.
I'll never tell that story.
Yeah, and so the show went off the air, and then there's talk that people want to see you in Ibiza. Is it going to come back? Will Wild On E come back with you?
I don't know. I mean, I've sort of entertained the thought of doing like kind of a best of.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to do that again? I mean, I know you're moving on, you're doing great stuff now.
You know, I did it for 3 years, and I never unpacked my suitcases. You know, it was tough, and I have kids now.
What do you mean you were barely wearing clothes? What were you packing?
I had my bathing suits.
You're just like, here's my little bag with like the next suit.
He only remembers this. Listen, I wore clothes.
I watched. What do you mean? I'm devoted. Big fan, big fan.
But it was fun.
So, I know you did modeling, you've done the world travel with that, you're doing this network show. I mean, have you ever had a bad job?
You know, I've had a lot of different jobs. My very first job, I was 16 and I used to work at a, this is embarrassing. I used to work at a place in the mall called Mr. Pretzel. It wasn't bad, but you know, everybody like has their first gig.
That's a great job.
I was a pretzel girl. I made pretzels and I sold little pretzel tidbits and, you know, watched all the people walk by. I didn't wear an pretzel outfit, but I did.
I can only imagine when you worked at Mr. Pretzel. Where? What city?
It was in Tucson, Arizona.
In Tucson, Arizona, the line was out the door. All of a sudden, everybody in Tucson was like, have you had the pretzel at Mr. Pretzel?
It was a good business.
It's awesome.
They were good pretzels.
Was it like we had here in Santa Monica, we had the hot dog on a stick, and there were cute girls like 16 and they had to wear kind of the ridiculous outfits.
Yeah.
Did you have a...
No, I didn't have the ridiculous outfit, no.
Bikini, right?
No bikini.
Damn. How's your summer going? What are you doing right now?
It's going great. I mean, unfortunately, no vacation this summer for me. It's all about
Rockstar. You've had enough
Rockstar.
vacation for the rest of your life, really.
I can't complain. And it's like watching a rock concert for me, you know, every time we
Were you
tape.
a big rock fan? See, well, we were talking about this, me and my 200 friends here that are hanging out. Say hi. Late. We were just saying that we're none of us, and there's nothing against American Idol, but none of us really quite get it. Whereas if you're going to do a show on a network and look for a star, that this seemed a little bit cooler.
It's cool, and I was a rock fan growing up. In high school, I was kind of a rocker chick. I mean, I grew up
Who did
listening.
you listen to?
I listened to Judas Priest. I listened to Motley Crue. I listened to, you know, Black Sabbath. You know, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I'm not so much the rocker chick anymore. I listen to all kinds of music.
You know what I listen to Rick Springfield.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Working class dog.
Do you really?
Girl. Yeah, I was a dork.
You still listen to her? You listen?
And you loved, who was your favorite?
Growing up, well, I was madly obsessed with Prince.
Of course you were.
Yeah. Like madly, badly in love,
Every hot chick loved Prince, and every hot chick somehow met Prince.
I never met him, but I had the shrine, I had the Prince posters, I had the black veil with the purple light, and I had the posters on the ceiling. I had it bad.
Oh, you had him on the ceiling, so when you would lie in bed, you would stare at Prince?
That obsession,
While you fell asleep?
Yeah. And then, you know, as like a woman, I remember when I finally made it to LA, I was at a club and I saw him there.
Oh,
and
you did?
His bodyguards came over and they were, yeah, Prince would like to meet. And I was just like, ah! And I crawled under the table and I was like, oh God, I wanted to keep my fantasy just a fantasy, you know?
The purple one didn't meet you under that table?
No.
Did you see Tara Reid under that table?
Hey,
I'm working now. Want some new cards?
That's me.
I'm a working man. I'm on the clock. I get paid for this. That's how my brain works. We had Dave Navarro here, who we love and are good friends with.
He's great.
And Rockstar Supernova. Now, I guess In Excess was the group initially last season that you were looking for a lead singer.
Big difference this year.
And now you got dudes from Motley Crue and Metallica and GNR, and you're looking for this one person. And I mean, how does that work? Is it a girl or a guy you're looking for?
We don't know. I mean, you know, Jason Newsted, Gilby Clarke, Tommy Lee. I mean, it's just epic musicians. They have gone on record saying it could definitely be a female. Our women this year are really strong and really edgy. It's harder this year. It's more rock and roll. We're dealing with big personalities. I mean, whoever's going to get up in front Tommy Lee, I mean, you better be big and wild and crazy.
Yeah,
and
he's big. There's... There's,
Did you see the video?
What a personality. What a personality.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
I saw the video, too.
I ran boats. Why am I blushing? I've seen the video, but I don't care.
Why is it always
but
the
here's
topic
the thing,
about
like,
Tommy?
No, but like with guys like that and being a music fan, I think like a part of me is skeptical for them to sort of like want to find a lead singer in a like reality show. Because they're like really good musicians and they're the real deal. They're the stuff that like we always go back to, great stuff.
Yeah,
so.
No, it's true. And I think In Excess dealt with that too.
Is there somebody that's going to work in this format? Are we going to find a real deal person?
I think so. You know, and I think the cool thing is Supernova is kind of developing their sound. And by the way, it's not going to be heavy metal. So as they're going through this process and they're watching all the talent, you know, somebody's going to kind of fall into that groove and become part of this whole evolution of this new hot band rather than last year trying to find a musician to fit into the place and take Michael Hutchison's place, which was a little difficult to try to be who you think somebody wants you to be.
I think it's going to be one of the girls. I saw some of it, and the girls look really, really good.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Delana's really blowing
and
everybody away.
3 dudes would love to have a girl.
Don't know. She better be brave.
Yeah.
She better be strong.
And how is it you shooting with all these guys? You guys must...
I'm pretty safe on my stage. You know, I have this sea of audience, so I'm kind of up on my stage.
When do you guys
and they're
shoot the
in their
show?
little
You
rock
shoot
pod.
early in the morning, I heard.
We, believe it or not, when we do the Wednesday show, our elimination show, we show up at like 6 a.m.
Rock and roll does not happen at 6 a.m.
The rockers have to get there and sing at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is crazy. If they even went to bed, by the way.
But I think that's better than like 11 because at 6 those rockers are still drunk from the night before, whereas you get a couple
maybe isn't a bad thing. We just hope they'll show up. You know, we hope they'll roll in after a big night and do the show.
Well, good luck, and if you don't find anybody, your Joe Firstman's awesome, and he's off limits.
Really, thank you.
Burke, everybody, be sure and check out Rockstar Supernova Tuesdays at 9 o'clock, Wednesdays at 8 on CBS. We'll be right back with the Constantines after this. Yo.